Yeah, my name's Anne Robertson. I'm a language advisor and I'm working mainly with Mid Lothian Council, Scottish Borders Council and East Lothian Council. And I'm also a trustee on the board of SEAT. So hence my presence here today, apart from being really interested in the Our World project as well, which is obviously a fab project. And I'm working with Alex Conway here, who I'll let you introduce yourself in a second, Alex, with Alex, and also with Jane Byers from SEAT to help promote the Our World project and Euroquiz as well. So I'll hand over to Alex. He's going to be your the main host today and talk you through everything, and then I'll come in at the end with a few extra points, but I'll hand over to Alex just now.
Great, thanks very much. Okay, so I'm just going to, hopefully you can, bear with me just a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to run through a few slides and tell you a little bit about the Our World projects. First of all, good afternoon and welcome to this career-long professional learning event run by the Scottish European Educational Trust, or SEAT, providing you with some detail about the Our World project. My name's Alex. I'm the projects coordinator of Our World. Thanks a lot for joining us. So today we'll run through what SEAT actually is, a bit about the projects that we run, focusing specifically on the Our World project and the benefits it can bring to its participants. Of course, I shouldn't be saying any of these things without some evidence to back me up. So we'll hear some testimonials from past participants as well. I'll tell you a little bit about what is required from schools to take part, provide you with a brief timeline of some key dates, and I'll also outline how you can get involved as well. If you've got any questions at any point during the presentation, please just put them into the chat box and we'll try and answer them at the end. Okay, so what actually is SEAT? Well, this short video clip should give you a good idea of who we are and what we do as well.
The Scottish European Educational Trust, or SEAT, is a non-political charity committed to promoting international education, skills development and language learning amongst young people in Scotland. We're a small team, but SEAT is proud to work with around 3,000 primary and secondary school pupils across Scotland each year to build the skills, knowledge and confidence to look outward and to engage with other cultures. Euroquiz is an annual project open to all primary 6 pupils across Scotland, which sees teams of 4 working together to broaden their knowledge of Europe and the wider world. Subjects covered include languages, history, geography, culture and European affairs. Heats take place in local authorities, with the winning teams from all areas progressing to the national Euroquiz final, held in the debating chamber of the Scottish Parliament. Our World is a creative filmmaking project for S3 to S6 pupils. Teams of 4 are asked to create ideas for a film based on set themes relating to global citizenship and including at least one language other than English. Pupils send their ideas to us in storyboard form, and selected teams attend an all-day filmmaking workshop where they bring their ideas to life with the help of a professional filmmaker. Participants are then invited to attend a premiere and awards ceremony to showcase their work and celebrate their achievements. SEAT projects are open to all pupils across Scotland, it's free to take part, and we've developed ways to offer our projects in an online format. Please get in touch if you'd like to learn more, we'd love to hear from you.
So, as that short film showed, we are an educational charity which run projects focusing specifically on language learning and global citizenship. So our secondary school project, Our World, is tailored specifically to ensure that young people receive a leg up in terms of meeting the principal educational aims laid out in the Curriculum for Excellence, in particular those relating to global citizenship and learning for sustainability. So how does Our World work then? Well, S3 to 6 pupils in groups of up to 4 come up with a storyboard for a short film, which they submit to us to be reviewed by our team of professional filmmakers. So this year we're asking that films are based on Sustainable Development Goals, and that all films include the use of at least one language other than English in them. So SEAT staff offer free school visits to your school, although these are taking place predominantly online this year, to support pupils, explain more about the project and get the ball rolling with film ideas, as well as share some of our learning and teaching resources with you as well. So after much deliberation, those storyboards which we think respond best to the theme, which this year is the Sustainable Development Goals, are invited to an all-day filmmaking workshop where our young people get the chance to turn their film ideas into the real thing with the help of professional filmmakers who can provide them with creative support and some practical tuition as well. So we ensure that everyone who wants to can access the workshops by offering 3 across Scotland every year in Edinburgh, Aberdeen and Glasgow, as well as a travel budget for schools or pupils who may need it to ensure that location doesn't act as an obstacle to accessing our project. So last year, in response to home learning, we developed an online version of the project, which we're offering alongside the in-person version this year for those schools who may prefer that option. The final part of the project then is a premiere and awards ceremony where pupils get the chance to showcase their films to their friends and family, discuss their Our World journey and receive recognition of their achievements throughout. This is always a fantastic event and it allows our young people to develop their public speaking as well as supporting their friends in the process as well. We're also currently developing a new version of the project in an attempt to engage with younger year groups. It's just being piloted later this year with S1 and S2 pupils, but we hope that moving forward we'll be able to make this new development a big part of the Our World experience and be able to welcome these year groups to filmmaking workshops very soon. So why would pupils be interested in taking part in Our World? Well, hopefully the 7 C's of Our World will clarify why it's such a great option for our young people. So creativity, citizenship, communication, confidence, core skills, context, and CVs. And I'll look at these in a wee bit of detail just now. So firstly, confidence. Our World is great at building young people's confidence as it encourages them to express themselves creatively and respect all cultures, languages, and ideas equally. Pupils are also given the chance to develop skills that they may not get the chance to elsewhere in the curriculum, such as filmmaking and editing, whilst experiencing a real-life context in which to actually use their languages as well. On top of this, Our World is fantastic for developing young people's communication, both in English and in their target language, as they are using them regularly through the project, as well as other core skills like working with others and also IT skills too. The theme of the Sustainable Development Goals this year are there to provide a stimulus for pupil creativity, but we feel it's broad enough as a theme to really encourage and promote the study and research of modern culture and other topical issues as well, in turn helping to develop more outward-looking, engaged citizens. Beyond the 7 C's of Our World, the project provides you as the educator with an opportunity to mobilize your young people to engage with the Sustainable Development Goals and to act to turn it around, as the image here says. We're currently in the middle of the Global Week to Act for SDGs, so it's definitely something that's in the public conscious at the moment. So Our World provides you with a great opportunity to capitalize on this and to encourage your young people to think more about the way that their local actions can affect the global picture. Particularly with the COP26 conference kicking off in Glasgow in November, Our World gives young people a creative outlet to show what the SDGs really mean to them, and at a time when it's really, really pertinent in our country. So I've just pulled a few examples from the GTCS standards for registration, which discuss learning for sustainability and the importance of extracurricular learning for effective teaching practice. So in terms of professional knowledge and understanding, it's our responsibility as teachers to ensure that interdisciplinary learning is facilitated, in particular in relation to sustainability. Our World offers and in fact actively encourages an interdisciplinary approach, again with that focus on sustainability as well. So for example, in terms of interdisciplinary learning, In the past, we've had a huge amount of collaboration between modern languages departments and social subjects departments and media and English departments as well. In terms of professional skills and abilities, we also have a responsibility as teachers to try engaging young people in debate and decision making about topical issues, and also to vary our teaching practice to challenge assumptions and expand worldviews. So the topical research and discussion part of the project, and also the language learning element of Our World, go a long way to help broaden the minds of your pupils and supporting young people to compete in an increasingly globalized and international job market. We also need to show our commitment as professionals to improving young people's care for the world around them, and the emphasis on a collaborative learning environment combined with the global citizenship themes which underpin the project aim to ensure our young people are raising their level of care for themselves, others, and the natural world in equal measure. So to prove what we're saying, here are just a few stats from last year's project. So more of last year's statistics and also those from previous years are available in our impact report, which is published on our website. So 80% of teachers taking part in Our World last year when the project took place fully in an online context said that Our World made their pupils more confident in using their languages, and that the project improved pupils' language speaking skills as well. Even more impressive than that, 100% of teachers that took part last year said that Our World improves pupils' communication and presentation skills as well. So here's a film that we put together a couple of years ago, just before the pandemic, when we were able to run the projects, fully openly and in person. So it'll hopefully give you a bit more of a taste of how the Our World experience unfolds.
I've really enjoyed the whole teamwork thing and about how we learned how to make films in different ways using different techniques, and it was just really fun in general.
We've learned a lot about languages in the working industry and how you can transfer different skills.
In our film we used French, Spanish and Polish. We feel a lot more confident with them. As the day went on we got better with them, just like more practice doing it.
The part I've most enjoyed would be just the experience of putting a movie together in a different environment.
Today's been really good. The building is very well equipped for creativity and then production, and it's great to be surrounded by people who know what they're doing and can give you really good tips on how to make a good film. Yeah, it's just been a great opportunity to explore the creative side of languages.
I think I enjoyed kind of having a storyboard and then turning it into the movie.
I love the fact that we were all just working together to make this big film, and that all of you were super supportive, and it was really fun.
I think the skills that we've acquired from this is using the rule of thirds in the camera and learning how to put the movie together. I definitely think we were more confident. When we were coming today we were all a bit kind of nervous about being in front of the camera, but I think it's helped us to grow and develop.
Désolé, mais ça va, vous, que je
Just learned a lot of stuff about reasons to learn new languages and like reasons why it's fun to learn languages, so that's made us more interested and appreciate different languages.
From the workshop so far, we've learned to work together as a team. Also being able to reflect on the footage that we've done and being resourceful.
I've probably enjoyed getting to be with different people and like the editing part, and I've learned some new things about like filming that I didn't really think about before and that I'll probably look out for in movies.
I really liked how this kind of brought our friendship to a greater level. We spent time with each other to work together and make this brilliant project.
We've really enjoyed it.
It's been brilliant. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I thought the food was really good as well. We got free lunch. that was really nice.
That was really good.
So here are just a few quotes from previous participants and colleagues about the Our World experience. So this was our colleague Gillian Campbell-Fow, who's the curriculum leader for modern languages and Gaelic in Glasgow City Council. She said that the work you do is simply essential at the moment. And what I've been particularly delighted with is the support received directly to our schools and learners. Very often here in Glasgow, our learners need that extra boost of confidence to engage with events out with the classroom. And what has been the biggest success for us is our young people engaging in meaningful and relevant language work with an intercultural context. So this quote is from a modern languages teacher in Harlaw Academy in Aberdeen. She said that Our World is a great way for us to address the goals set out in the Curriculum for Excellence and Learning for Sustainability. It gives us, as language teachers, a route into looking at global citizenship in a truly interdisciplinary and skills-based way. Our pupils thoroughly enjoyed taking part. Their confidence in using their languages grew and they gained new skills. We'll definitely take part again. And finally, in terms of quotes, this was a pupil that took part from Holyrood Secondary in Glasgow. They said, "It was really good getting to see everyone else's films. It made me feel like we achieved something and that we all did it together. And presenting at the Parliament was so cool. I feel like if I can do that, I can do anything." So I'll just give you a quick run through of the key dates for this year's Our World project. So the first key date is Wednesday, the 8th of December, which is when we'd like all storyboard submissions to be sent to us by. We'll then review all storyboards and get back to you as soon as possible before welcoming all successful applicants to one of our 3 filmmaking workshops, which take place throughout February and March. As mentioned previously, they take place in Glasgow, Edinburgh and Aberdeen each year, and we offer a substantial and robust travel budget for schools who have to travel to ensure that location doesn't act as an obstacle to participation. Finally, we run our premiere and awards ceremony in late April, potentially early May this year, where pupils can showcase their films and also pick up some trophies for their recognition for their hard work as well. So if you're interested in taking part in Our World 2021-22, I know a few of the people on this call are already taking part, which is fantastic. Please fill in the sign-up form as soon as possible. A link to this form is available on our website, and I will also ask that it's posted on your online platform or emailed to you after this session is over as well. On this form, there's also an option to sign up for a live check-in school visit, which again would take place online. So please let us know if you'd like to accept that offer. All our school visit resources are also available on our website, which I'll be providing details of in just a moment. After the school visit sessions have been completed and everyone's film ideas based on the Sustainable Development Goals with the use of a second language have been formed. The next step is to send us a storyboard along with a short video or audio clip explaining the idea by the deadline of Wednesday, the 8th of December. Then you can sit back and wait and see if your team or teams have been invited to the workshop stage. We really hope that you're up for joining us. So if you've got any questions or you'd like some more information about the project, please contact me on alex@seat.org.uk, or you can give us a ring on 0131 557 9886. Our website, www.seat.org.uk, has an Our World tab at the top of it, which contains links to our learning and teaching resources page, and also the school visit page that contains all our resources for that stage of the project as well. We're also on Twitter @seat_Scotland, where we post regular updates about both our projects, our primary school project and Our World. And yeah, thanks a lot for listening, and we hope to welcome you to Our World this year. I'll now pass you back to Anne, who's going to talk a little bit about implementing Our World into the curriculum.
Hi everyone. So yeah, I'm going to be quite quick, but thank you so much to Alex for that. I don't know about you, but I just found that really inspiring, and I was sitting scribbling down lots of things here on my bit of paper about just the meaningful experience that you can give to the learners. So really interesting ways there that you can develop kind of wider skills with an authentic way to apply their language learning as well. And just seeing those young people kind of in that fancy hotel meeting suite in whichever city it was, Glasgow, I think maybe, or Edinburgh. But, you know, even that in itself is just a really good experience for them, and just really raising the status of their language learning into something that they can really use in a meaningful way. So yeah, and I've written down a few other things here just by the by. So thinking about maybe your kind of local environment in your local community, maybe thinking about kind of local issues related to global citizenship. So are there kind of key things that you might want to discuss around issues around about global citizenship that relate to your school context, for example, or your local context? There were some really good examples as well, videos from last year. And I don't know, Alex, are they still available on the YouTube channel as well?
Yeah. There's previous examples from past participants going back 5 or 6 years on both our website and on our YouTube channel as well. Which is
so, and there were some examples there, I think, am I right in saying, that were had different languages in them as well. So
yeah.
So just, you know, maybe thinking about that as well. So you could be looking at it in terms of one language, but you might want to also bring in the languages of your learners. So if you have you know, quite a diverse range of languages spoken in your schools, or it might be linking to Scots, or, you know, just anything at all, but thinking about how you can bring in that range of language learning experiences as well, and look at maybe a bit of translanguaging through your video development. But also, you know, thinking about it just in terms of your language skills for your learners. So for example, I've put into the slide here about maybe considering, are there opportunities to link into your national qualifications? So if you're, for example, doing the Languages for Life and Work Award, could this double up as part of your assessments for that, or could it link into your learning for that? Likewise, for your National 4, are there opportunities to link into your assessments, so your kind of ABU type assessments, or your National 5 assessments higher? So thinking about how it links into your existing awards and qualifications that you're developing as well. But I would say with this as well that there's kind of no ceiling and no bottom to it either, you know, for want of a better way of expressing it. So what I mean by that is, you know, don't be put off by thinking, oh, we've got a particular group of learners who've maybe struggled with language. You know, I think it can be really, really relevant for them to have this experience as well. So it's something that's potentially, you know, really powerful for all learners. And then just thinking about the kind of broader issues that we touched on a little bit there. So thinking about relevance of your curriculum, intercultural competencies. So these kind of key issues around about language learning at the moment. And are there opportunities there to really build in a bit of learner voice through this as well? So maybe if you're working on something with your learners, then following up with a little bit of learner voice. What did they get out of it? How did it impact on them? How has it changed how they see language learning? what are the skills that they've developed? So we heard a little bit of that in the video there, and I love the feedback at the end with the people who said that they liked the food. It reminded me of every time teachers go to a conference and then afterwards everybody just said the sandwiches were really good. But is there an opportunity there for that? And also, you know, just thinking about for yourselves, is that a bit of professional inquiry that you could do through that as well? And that doesn't need to be something, you know, big scale. It can be something quite contained, and, you know, also just for your own learning as well, so for your own professional development. I've linked in here I put a link in here as well for the tiles tool that we've developed in the South East Improvement Collaborative. So we launched this a couple of weeks ago with the SEAC authorities, so with our RIC in the South East, but it's an open website. It's open to anybody from any authorities at all. And I'll just maybe share my screen just to show a couple of areas of this quickly, Alex, if that's
okay. Of course.
Can I just do that?
Yeah. I'm just gonna...
There we go. Oh, here we go. I've got it. Can you see that? Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm just closing. Yeah, I think I can see that now. That's great.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. Thank you. So, yeah, if you're thinking about any of those things, kind of like your learners' experiences, relevance, the context for learning as well, then just to refer to you to this for potentially some extra professional learning. So this is a self-evaluation toolkit which we've produced in the South East for languages. So there's kind of a few areas in here where we've actually mentioned the Our World project as an example of a way you can develop your learning. So in the relevance section, for example, there's kind of key themes through here that relate back to the Our World, and also language learning contexts, and the culture section as well. So I'll not go into them. It was just to kind of show you where they were. So if you go into the main page of this self-evaluation tool and you go down to context and culture, and in there you'll find those sections. So maybe worth having a read through if you're thinking about your planning for this and how it can relate back to your kind of broader learning as well. So just a few things to think about then, just kind of few ideas that you might want to play around with. But yeah, just if anybody has any questions, then if you just pop them in the chat, or if you want to put your camera on and ask a question, that's no problem. But yeah, thanks very much to Alex and to Jane as well for running this competition. I think it's a great opportunity to do something really exciting with our learners. So thank you both for all your hard work in putting this together.
Thank you very much, Anne. I really appreciate everyone's time. So yeah, so if there's any questions that anyone would like to pose, I can see in the chat someone's what is the maximum number of pupils which can be in a team? So we normally cut it off at 4 pupils, just because I think any more than that and it can get a little bit complicated, and you know, sorting out roles within the team, that kind of thing. But yeah, up to 4 is what we normally go for team sizes. I don't know if there's any other questions. I'll just give people a minute or so, just if they've got anything. Oh, great. That's good to hear, Brooke. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you've been on Piggy as well. That's great. Yeah, so we're really excited to get going again, you know, in a sort of post-COVID environment as well, because last year it was you know, I thought that the project was a success. You know, we ran it fully online, and we were, you know, very proud of the work that we managed to do with the young people. But it's definitely, you know, I think it's a type of project that benefits from face-to-face interaction, I would say, as with regular teaching. I'm sure yourselves, you'll all be happy to be back in the school building now, I'm sure. So yeah, so it's great to have you back on board. Maybe just give people another minute or two, and then I'll let you get off, because we've all got I'm sure we're all busy people. Are there resources you'd recommend for coming up with storyboard ideas? Yeah, so we have a couple of pages on our website. So we've got one page just again under that Our World tab on the website that directs you to our learning and teaching resources from partners and collaborators and colleagues. And then we've also got on the school visit webpage, I can put a link to that into the chat as well. I'll do that just now. The link for the school visit page has kind of a number of SEAT kind of exclusive resources that we developed during lockdown last year, and that work specifically on storyboard. And there's 2 video tutorials that we put together with one of our filmmakers on our team. So let me just quickly link you that just now. But yes, we have a number of resources available, and we're also we're regularly updating this page as well, kind of as and when stuff is ready to go. Let me just double check I've got that right. Yeah, so we're keeping that quite as up to date as we can. So please keep checking this link regularly. I'm just posting it just now. So what is it? Yeah, okay. Sorry, bear with me just a moment. Okay, so this page is our kind of, it contains our sort of SEAT exclusive resources that we've been sort of developing, and then our learning and teaching page has stuff from our partners as well. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I mean, thanks very much for. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and it was great to meet you all. And I know a couple of names have already signed up, and Gillian and Piggy, if you'd like to sign up, then I'll make sure that the sign up form is sent out to you by email. Yeah, in the next hour or so. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you all have a very nice evening, and I'll speak to you all again soon.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Thanks a lot, Anne.
For coming along.